Okay. Hello, everyone.
Please
How are we doing
to
today?
unmute and interact.
We are good.
Mhm. Awesome. Thank you for responding. All right. So here's what's gonna happen, right? Where I am right now, um, I live in the United States, and right now I'm on a family vacation with my family in Canada. And right now it's 5 a.m. for me. And I have worked on creating this material, that I'm gonna share with you. And while I know it's 5 a.m. for me, I'm showing up every day because I want to inspire people, right? I don't just show up, I could be in bed right now, but because I'm committed to seeing this set of people, beautiful, amazing people, move to their next level, I am here this morning. So I want to encourage you to interact with me. Let's have a conversation. Let us make this fun and engaging. I know that the internet might be a problem. Yes, it might be a problem. I know. I'm Nigerian as well, but I'm not asking for your camera to be on. I'm asking that you unmute yourself and so I don't talk to myself. All right, that's fair. All right, what do you guys think about that? Can we agree on unmuting every now and then?
Yes, that's fair.
Okay, Jennifer is fair for you. How about every other person?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. God's Heritage, Victoria, Ebere, Uche, Hannah, Sarah. What do you guys think? Juliet?
Yes, would like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Awesome. Appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to start with a quick icebreaker. I think, is it 10 or 11 a.m. In Nigeria? What time is it right
11.
now?
11.
11. Guys, get up and talk. 11 o'clock on a Saturday. I know you're in bed, but yeah, let's have fun together. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen in a moment. Let's see. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Now we're talking about idea to impact. I've heard different people describe it in different ways. I'm going to talk about what you think it is, right? But for now, what I want us to talk about is what you have done before. What is an idea that you have that you never really built? That one idea that you didn't build. What was that? Let's talk. Think about it for a moment, then let's share. Something that you thought, yes, I know this is great, like great idea. Or maybe you even launched it. Maybe even launched the business and then you got crickets, silence.
Guys, you don't have to be shy. Just say it. It doesn't have to be a perfect idea. I'm going to call names. Precious. Is Precious here?
Okay. Okay, I want to say something.
Yes, Debbie, go ahead.
Okay, I had this idea, I think 2 years ago, but I haven't even taken a bold step to do it. because I felt it's not possible. I wanted to build a website for life coaching and therapy for people, whereby people can be vulnerable enough to share what they are going through, and there will be coaches or therapists on the website to attend to them and also have a meaningful conversation and help them through the journey of healing. So till now, I'm yet to work on it. It's just an idea.
Okay, awesome. So Debbie, what do you think stopped you?
Okay, I felt like I didn't have knowledge on web design. I wanted to learn web design, but I couldn't because of some challenges. So I felt things I don't know much about, or I'm not really into web design. It's not applicable. It's not possible for me to achieve that.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's very important. And that happens to the best of us. We have this great idea. It has happened to me before. Great idea. And I think I don't have what it takes. And then boom, I see it somewhere else. Oh my God. Like, yeah, that happens. Thanks for sharing, Debbie.
Thank
Does
you.
anyone else want to share? And honestly, it's a failure story. It feels like it's not, it's really a failure story. It's a story that everyone has passed through. As in, we should all be familiar with this. If you haven't had an idea that you have failed to launch, or you have an idea that you launched and it didn't work out, then I'm gonna question your business business, you know, not business ability, but your drive, right? Because as business people, as business folks, we're like, we have this idea, we have to get it out, right? And it's okay if you even if you fail, you didn't try it, as long as you're learning through it. That's how to adapt. How that's the mindset of product thinking. So Debbie, I like that story because it tells me a lot that we have the ideas, but it may look so big for us, right? It's
Yes,
so
ma'am.
large, we think we don't have the skills, we don't have the knowledge. But if we look deep inside, if we're able to just scale it down a little, we'll know that building an MVP at that point to just test the market with the with very little, right, could have just helped you see, okay, is this worth going forward with?
Mm.
All right, so appreciate that. That's your story. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Dr. Chichi Afia. I'm a product coach and an agile consultant. I'm someone who's deeply passionate about helping founders, business owners like you turn your bold ideas into something that's real, something that's testable, so that you understand the value of what you're doing. And my journey didn't start from being a business person. We all have a background story. I started as a lawyer and I progressed into business. Then I started coaching businesses and I progressed into um, coaching fintech companies around the world. And over the years, I've helped startups, global fintech teams and organizations build solutions. And really what I believe is, as an agile consultant, I do believe that business agility is not just for big companies. It's even better for smaller companies because it's a mindset. If you have the mindset of start here, start small, and build from there, then you'd know that that is a muscle. That's a skill that every business person has to have, right? You have to stretch your vision. You have to test your model. You have to test, and pivot, move to the next thing if it's not working. You can't stay down. Stay laser focused on your value and keep moving on. That's what I teach, that's what I live by, and that's what we're gonna do here today. So today our we're gonna explore this session. This is our agenda. Trying to get something off my screen. Can't see. So this is our agenda. We're going to talk about understanding MVP. We'll clarify what it is, why it matters. We're going to talk about defining a core problem, because at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to you guys defining a problem and creating something that you can use to test your business. Did I hear D General? Did you want to say something?
I just joined. Good morning.
Oh, hi, good morning, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, and you joined at the right time too. We're going to explore MVPs, explore what MVPs are, you're going to design an MVP. So we're going to get practical. And so that's why I need you guys to kind of talk to me. And we're going to test and validate. Well, testing and validating is going to be done by you after the class. For you to go back and say, okay, I just learned this thing. How can I test it? Right. So again, I would for us to have this conversational, rather than wait to the end, I want you to interrupt me because I want to hear your thoughts as we go. Interrupt me as I go. You can put your questions in the chat as well. I know that Jennifer and Deborah, I'm monitoring the chat, so put your questions in the chat. But feel free to interrupt me. I'd like to hear that conversation as it is hot. Just let it drop. Okay. All right. So we'll be moving on to oops, okay. I missed my slide. I'm using one screen, so it's pretty frustrating for me. I'm gonna stop sharing for a moment and fix it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just happened now. Okay, all right, let me go back to sharing now. I think it's done. Can you see my screen now? Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great, thank you. I thought I lost it. Okay, so what's an MVP? What do you guys think? What's an MVP? What comes to your mind when you hear the word MVP?
Minimum viable product. I think the least amount of features for a product you want to go live with. I think that's what I think.
Yes. Thank you, Sylvia. That is it. It is the least amount, just enough for you to test your idea. So if we're, let me hear from someone else. What's an MVP? By your thoughts.
Okay, more like making a sample of your project and sending it to people for feedback.
Okay. Making a sample of your product. Do you make the full-blown sample of your product? Because you can make a sample that's full-blown, right?
Just enough to know if it works.
Just enough. That's the word. Just enough, just in time. What is the most, how can I test this proof of concept? Amotala, please go ahead.
It's just like
You want to try again?
hello.
Eh,
Okay, like
Something that I can like use to test if people want my idea.
Yes. Do you know, I actually like that definition, something to test, because sometimes you don't even need to build an app for you to test. You just need to do something. It could be Google form, it could be something just for you to test that this is viable, this is needed, that you have people out there who are able and willing to pay for it. And guess what? They might even pay for it before you launch. Even better. So a minimum viable product is the smallest thing that you need to build to show to customers or to have your customers use to validate your idea. It doesn't have to be an app. It doesn't have to. It's simpler. It's a simpler version of what you want to build. And the purpose of an MVP is to figure out if the problem you're trying to solve is even worth it at all. Because we've seen where we go into bit. I've been there. I've done so many businesses. I have gone in and I've seen, okay, what are you doing, Chichi? Just leave. The best thing for you to do is to test whether that business is even worth what going into at all. And when you find out that it's not worth going into, move on. Pivot, change your idea. There's no point forcing it if you have found or if you've proved that this concept might not work. There's something called sunk cost, which is your sunk cost is the cost of your MVP. So this is something that you have spent the littlest amount of money or of money that you have spent in developing your MVP. When you decide that it's not worth it, that's a cost that is sunk, right? Just move on. You might hear the word pivot or persevere. Pivot is when you find that this product or this business you're building isn't worth it, you pivot, move to the next thing, tweak what you have, adjust based on customers' feedback. And if you have to persevere, that means you've gotten good feedback from your MVP use. People have told you, hey, I'm going to buy it, or people are already paying for it. That way you persevere and build your products gradually, right? Even when you find that your customers love this product, don't rush into building everything. Still build, iterate, build the next level up and see how customers would accept the product. And you're doing that because people change their minds. There's a lot of changes. The economy might change, so you don't want to just build everything at one time. Build the most important thing just enough and just in time. All right. Any questions, any contributions, oh my God, that happened to me. Thoughts? I love the wisdom in the room and I want to lean into it. I hear brilliant conversations happening. So please don't stop. Keep it coming. I love that. Okay. So why does MVP matter? You just want to make sure that what you're doing is worth it, right? That's one of the things I would say. You want to make sure that you are avoiding investing time and money building a lot of features, then at the end saying, oh my God, this was not it. You want to make sure you're building value first so that your customer obsessed, you know customers want this. There's nothing as good as knowing that you're in a business that's delivering value, because that value turns into cash real fast, right? It makes your business profitable. What do you think? Any other thoughts about why an MVP matters? Any
I
thoughts?
have a
Mhm.
suggestion. So,
Please.
I think an MVP helps you identify what your customers or potential customers would really maybe benefit from your product. So sometimes you might, for instance, your product might be to allow people invest in stocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe okay, this is a bit diversion though, but like
No, I love it. Go ahead.
okay, so your product might be to allow people invest in stocks, and maybe you just add just tiny feature of allowing people buy airtime, and you find out that more people prefer buying airtime with your products than buying the stocks which was initially created for.
Mm-hmm.
That helps you identify that okay, this is what people actually want more than what you actually invested or plan to do. So maybe you can focus on that or put more effort or energy into that other feature than the main feature which was initially planned out. So this is actually not you focusing on your MVP because it's like adding extra and unnecessary stuff to the
Work.
initial project or the product. But still, I feel bringing out just few products or features initially helps you identify what exactly the masses need before really going live with whatever you want to go live with. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. That is a great contribution and a great angle to look at it. And I say so because yes, you could launch different parts or different features, right? Or you could launch different types of products, right? Um, as an option to give your customers. But in each of those things, so say you have the airtime, you have stocks, you have other things there. Be behind those things, when you click them, right, there might just be a little more information. So you're not actually building. You are just doing just enough so that you can test to see how they respond to each of those things you're offering. That's a way. However, when you do that, you want to do that as minimally as possible. So you don't want to spend a lot. You want to make it, sometimes you want to put an automation behind that is actually you, but it's actually you behind that automation. You're the manual person behind that automation. So those are ways that's an example of a way you could offer different things at the beginning, but behind the scenes, you're not actually automating. You are manually doing the work, but to your customers, it feels like, oh, that's automated. And Sylvia, that may not be exactly, but I understand what you're saying. Just get enough so you know where the value is with your
Yeah, so
products.
Sawa's hands were up. Sawa.
Yes, I think I saw that. Who's that?
I think the internet logged her off. All right.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. So let's move to the next. Now, so this is where we'll be talking really about the it's MVPs are actually learning loops, right? And this is really the heart of product thinking because you are not running like it's a project you want to deliver this right now or in the next few months. You're saying, okay, let us think about this. Let us make sure that we are iterating as we're going. You don't just throw your idea out and hope, it goes through. You start with a hunch, which is that idea. You test it through behavior, you gather the insights, right? And you make real decisions from there. So an example of that real decision will be something like Sylvia has, which is okay. From the data I've seen from my MVP, I'm seeing that people are leaning more into buying airtime than investing in that. So should you really take off the stocks? Maybe not, but you now know where value comes in, and with time people could progress. So you could start thinking about how you can convert those airtime customers into more to move more into your next level in your product. So you want to formulate a hypothesis. When you have an idea, formulate a hypothesis. This is the problem that you're solving. You build the MVP. While you build the MVP, you observe interactions, observe behavior, and then you collect data based on how customers are responding, because that's where you now measure the real success of your MVP. And then you go ahead to making more informed choices about the next steps. So should you pivot? Should you persevere? Should you adjust some things to, to make sure that you're delivering value? At the end of the day, guys, you must deliver value, and your MVP tells you where value is coming from, or how your people are responding to value or to what you're building. All right. So at every point in time, you want to start with a problem. And this is what we're going to do in this session. By the end of this session, Jennifer, tell me, how long is this? Is this
An hour,
class?
30 minutes, and
Okay.
then we have questions.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right, so you start with the pain point. What is frustrating or difficult, or what difficulty are you addressing? Why does it even matter? So we want to craft a pain point. We want to understand the pain point. When you understand the pain point, you're able to craft a problem statement, right? Then when you have that statement, well, at this point, you should already you should already know who the audience is you're targeting, who's experiencing this pain point, what are they thinking, how are they feeling. This also has to do with building an empathy map. We can go into an empathy map right here, but with an empathy map, it's a tool that just tells you, it helps you step into the shoes of your customer, and you're talking about, okay, how are they feeling? Janet, was that a conversation? Okay. All right. So when you step into the shoes of your customers, you are saying, okay, this is their pain point. You're feeling for it. How do they feel when they face this pain point? What are they hearing? What are they scared about? So you're trying to get into their shoes, and then you can ask questions as well. While you develop your MVP, you also want to start formulating what result you're trying to achieve. What metrics you'll be looking at. If I release this, if I get out this MVP, am I looking at the numbers of clicks? Am I looking at the number of registration? Am I looking at feedback? Do I have a place for feedback and reading feedback? So you want to determine, based on your MVP, based on your product, what are some signals to let you know that this is a good product? I have done an MVP where it was a course that I created, and in that course, I instead of selling, I thought about different things. I could have just given people, this is module 1. This is what you're going to get from module 1. ... I could have just listed it down from module 1. But instead, that's an MVP, yes, for people to see if people are going to buy into my course. Now, I went further to actually create and record module 1 so that people, as a teaser, so that people can see what they're going to get. It took me a little more effort, but I wanted to find out really if people liked my voice, if they wanted the kind of training that I had to offer. And I also had a feedback. What would you like to learn? What would you like me to change? at the end of the module 1. Then I had a link for them to make payments. But that payment, when they made that payment, I was just going to use that payment to go ahead and develop the rest of the models. So I had them register, join the wait list, and all. So that gave me, okay, so this is worth going forward with. Right. So it is possible, of course. We all know that, for you to actually pre-sell, get some money, and use it in creating your product. Another thing I've done before in the past, and I think this also common, is your ebooks. If you have an ebook, I had one where I actually just created the cover, the book cover, and tested if people really wanted it. I got some feedback. Yeah, good feedback. And then I went ahead to keep writing the book. It was a free ebook, but then I needed to know if people really wanted to get it or not. So even if it's free, sometimes just test and see if people want it, so you don't waste your time building stuff that people might not appreciate or value. Any contributions? Well, always starts with a problem. Okay, so this is a real example of a product that I have supported a client here in the United States to help figure out what their MVP is. So this person wanted to, he really wanted to make sure that he had a car rental and a mechanic support for the people he sold, he is renting cars to. This honestly is a real problem. It is, and I think it's a pain point everywhere if you think about it, because the way people rushed rush this product, I was like, wow, this is for real. So, the pain points this person found was drivers who rent cars for business or travel often struggle to find trustworthy mechanics quickly when there's a breakdown, and this leads to delays, safety concerns, and all of that. So imagine you're renting a car and then you're traveling with the car and your car breaks down in the middle of a road. Like you need to not just have that car rental, you want to make sure that you can access a mechanic somewhere for safety reasons and all, for these reasons. If you think about this, right? I want you to put yourself in this shoes for a moment. Would you buy into a service that has a car rental and a trusted mechanic to go with it? Or would you just go for a car rental? I'm throwing out the question. Would you buy a product that has car rental plus, there's a trusted mechanic access anytime, anywhere? Or just buy a car rental? Or just buy the car rental? Which would you be comfortable doing?
The car rental and the trusted mechanic.
Great. Now, this client was very, very particular about that trusted mechanic access too, because it just made sense. But what we did was we just built the car rental portion with the cars, right? With just the cars and the ability to book a car, and they pick up. They pick up at somewhere random. It doesn't have to, just somewhere. It wasn't, the pickup place was close to the person's home because it was a home business, but we just tested based on just what they had. And for the trusted mechanic, which he was very insistent about, we just added that as an add-on, click here if you would want a mechanic access. Just like you, Sylvia, everybody clicked the trusted mechanic access. It was a no-brainer. However, it was great to just have that to test, to see whether people really want it. So there are some things that you think, oh man, this is a great idea and all of that. But people won't just buy into it. We also noticed that people wanted a trusted mechanic access, but didn't want to rent a car. So now this person has those two options, rent a car, and add-on is to have a trusted mechanic access. Or if you want my mechanic access, you pay something else. You pay subscription. So because those were two different needs, he made it accessible to two different types of customers. Right? So my client knew his audience as well. However, when we worked together, we expanded it. There were people that like to rent cars, drivers, just people who just needed cars to do their daily runs. Moms and parents who just want to go drop off their kids, rent the car, who don't have a car, who don't own a vehicle they're using, or people who are new to the city, unfamiliar with repair shops, who just need to know that they're fine, they're safe. And the desired outcome was these people, because he had empathized with them, he knows that they want peace of mind. That is, they want someone that is trusted. They feel comfortable knowing that if they call a customer, right, they show up quickly and won't overcharge because they're already paying this business already. So that is an example of how you identify the pain. When you identify the pain point, you craft the problem. So this is a problem you're trying to solve. And then you ask yourself, like, who does this serve? Who's going to find this interesting? Who's going to say, oh my God, I really, really want this. Then you go ahead and define that desired outcome. Okay. Any contributions? Any suggestions, questions?
Have a contribution there.
Sorry, what do you say?
I said I have a contribution.
Please do. Thank you.
So I think these days it's quite easy to identify the pain points or what people are suffering or going through, and it's like, oh, this would be a good idea. Let's push this and all of that. Then I think the problem we have is really defining your audience. So we have a product that was built. Okay, let me go back a bit. Where I work, we don't really think about our audience. We just build. We just build and build and build. So we identify the pain point and build. We don't really think about the audience that much. So for instance, we build a platform for people to rent houses, buy houses, and all of that in Nigeria. And for a fact, I can say till date, not one person has rented a platform or a building or whatever. And that application has been on like for 2 years. So yes, the problem exists. People are looking for houses in Lagos. People are looking for where to rent and all of that. But the way we displayed the application or the solution, it doesn't really appeal to our so-called audience, which we didn't really identify. So I think the main issue is defining your audience. And if you're able to define it properly, then even people that never thought they needed your product or your services would somehow on board on it. Yeah. So that's
Awesome.
my thank you.
Can I jump on what
Thank you,
Sylvia
Sylvia.
said?
Yes, please.
So when you identify your audience, it makes building the MVP so much more easier. Just like you said, you know that either they are mobile phone users or they are web or desktop users. So you can then sort of focus on what kind of MVP you want to build. if it's something that is just going to be a form, a wait list, or a video like Dropbox did. And so knowing your audience really helps you solidify how quickly or how minimalistic your MVP can be.
Exactly. I'm so happy I have you guys in the room. Yay. Awesome. So, if you do not know your, in fact, like the first thing you want to do is even find out who that audience is. Like, because if you're not targeting them, you're targeting everyone, and you might just you will miss that opportunity to reach the people that really need your product, because you already know that this is a need. This is something that people don't just want, they need it, right? You might be missing where they are. It might be the price point, because you have to come to the point where your target audience is able and they're willing to pay for it, right? You have to find them at the right location. And location, like you said, has a lot to do with even devices. Where are they even looking at? Where are they located? Are you even walking on Instagram, something on LinkedIn? Are you walking in the right spaces? And honestly, you might be in those right spaces, but you are not targeting the right people. The demographics matter, where they live matters, their pain, their what they're feeling matters. So for a house, just thinking about it, they have different kinds of houses here. Like they have stacked houses. As in, I could go on and on about the housing space, but and it's an expensive place too. So for people to put in their money there, you need to be focused on the right sector of people for them to be attracted to it. Great, great, great.
I also want to ask, like last week we learned about using AI. Can we use AI like ChatGPT to identify pain points and audiences? Have you ever tried it? Or what advice would you give if we were to try that?
So, you first have to have the idea first for ChatGPT to help you. So you have to have the idea, and ChatGPT can help you craft pain points that your customers may be experiencing. So yes, ChatGPT can help you with identifying a list of pain points, and so that would help you determine what kind of MVP to build. But will it help you define your target? It might, but you still need to do some groundwork in even finding out, okay, ask questions. There's no better feedback than asking people. So if ChatGPT gives you, these are the list of your target audience, right? I would go further, and if I have those people around me, I would ask them, how do you feel about this? Talk to people and see, just to also validate what ChatGPT is telling you, right? ChatGPT can help you actually define all of this, right? But should you run with it all through? Do some testing, get some direct feedback based on what ChatGPT gives you, really about, especially about how people are feeling about it. Will they really buy it? Because if you build a product, have an MVP, you show it to a friend, your friend is likely to say, oh man, I'm going to buy it. Like, people lie not intentionally because they want to support you, but you want to get information from the people that are out there that you don't have any relationship with, because your mom, dad, sister, boyfriend, husband will buy, but you want to go outside that circle. All right.
There's
Thanks for
a
that
question in the
question.
chat. Someone is asking, how many people should I talk to?
Okay. So, if your product is if your product is and I want to use this example of this product. One of the things that we did was we went ahead to create an IG an Instagram account. And then and that's a way to test your product, your value, and your MVP too. Instagram account, and we just did the boost, right? And we got like a lot of inquiries. So when we got the first 10, we were like, okay, we gave them the price. We saw that these people were more than willing to pay for it. And then we were just about to collect funds from them when we realized, hey, we're not talking about car insurance. So people rushed it because we were not talking about car insurance. They didn't, there was no liability on them. So we paused. When we fixed the insurance, we went back and we saw that we had fewer people because they had to show insurance. Fewer people came, but at least we got about 5 to 10 interests. And that was okay for that business. So for your business, I honestly can't put a number to it, right? But I would say if you get up to, I don't put a number to it, honestly. Just keep the whole idea is not for you to it's not for you to calculate how many people, how much you're getting. It's just to get a feel of whether people are are willing and able to, or if they have interest in that product, right? But for us, our number was 10, and that was on Instagram, just testing out the product. Jennifer, go ahead.
Thank you very much. Yes, so Instagram is really a great place. If I've seen a lady who she started an Instagram page for mothers, and that page turned into a startup because she was able to validate that there are people who need support, like a marketplace, a platform. So Instagram is you can actually use Instagram as an MVP, which is great. But my opinion of numbers from my own PhD research, I feel like when you talk to people, there's a point you always come to where you get to something called data saturation. You start to hear the same things over and over. I think at that point, you just want to take what you have and get some and ship something out. So whatever your MVP could look like, you just want to ship something out. And then, like Dr. Chichi said, you pivot constantly, you reiterate as changes come. As Sylvia said, if you see that instead of the investing, people are buying airtime, you pivot if you think you want to or not. So that's how I look at it. Yes, there isn't any specific number of people you should talk to, but you do get to a point where you start hearing the same things. And if you ever feel like you're not ready, we started this conversation, Dr. Chichi telling us that it's a mindset thing. It's about your mindset. You don't want to get to a point where you are in analysis paralysis. So, oh, I'm afraid I'm going to spend money or I'm going to make a mistake. So you keep just talking to people forever, you know? So you talk to a few people, you get confident, and then you just go ahead and ship something out into the world. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that contribution. And I'm just recollecting my own my course that I had a webinar on to. My own validation was people paying for it. So I got a lot of people paying for it, and that was enough for me. Even if it was just honestly one person or two people that paid for it, at that point, I would have done it. And I'll have used those people to get more people interested. Some people put a number into their landing pages. You know, maybe they'll say, if I get like 20% conversion, if I get 30% conversion, that's okay. Or some people use if people watch this video for a minute or so, I prefer to see the money conversion, or I get people who can commit to something, right? That would give me a good idea. And the more people, the better. However, have a feel of it, right? I've also put something out there and nobody said anything. So I just know that it's not it. Nobody responded to it. And sometimes it gives you some PTSD, like, should I do it? Should I not do it? That happens, and that's real. Any question, Techno Spark? I see you unmuted. Do you want to say something? Okay, no. All right. Now let's talk about, there are different ways to build an MVP. Very different. There are different ways to build an MVP. But you want to just you want to have a feel of which will suit your business, what you're looking to achieve. The landing page is one. We could start by creating a simple web page, that describes your service. I had I started building a sample for this class with the rent a car business, just to see how part of things that we did. I just redid it. So if people are clicking, are signing up or asking questions, also when people ask questions, that's also a good way to know that you're onto something good. If people are inquiring, they're testing their interest before they invest. So you want to follow up. You can build an email list. You can ask them to join the wait list. So that will give you time to pause and say, okay, I need a strategy to start reaching out to these people. Read up their questions and follow up with them. One thing that we tried to do was build a landing page as well, because Instagram was one. We tried building a landing page, just a website to just share to people as well, just to spread out the opportunities for people who are not on Instagram. And what we did was we used this it was an app called card.co. Let me see if I have it. I tried to play around with it yesterday. Can you see my screen? Can you see what I'm sharing? Am I sharing something new or same?
We can see your screen.
Okay, that's the car rental screen, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. All right, so with card.co, it's just a free place. You just go ahead and build your, let me see if I can go back. Let me see here. Let me open another one. I got it correct. Restore last session. Let me skip it. Oh, it still went back, but I really wanted us to look at, okay, I'm not sure why it's not going back, but it'll give you different kinds of landing pages, and I'm sure there's so many like that. All you need to do is just go ahead and put in your company, the title, of your of whatever the brand, or the title of the site. Let's say this is a beauty mart. I don't know, just put something there, right? And you tell it what you want it to do. Join the wait list. I'm sure you guys get the whole idea, right? So you don't need to you don't need to build anything really fancy. Just use the free tools. Use your free tools to build what you can, something that people can see, make it beautiful, make it attractive, so that people are able to follow through with what you do. Give just enough information to get them enticed and and interested, and get them to just show the interest, right? You could add a payment platform. I know there are so many payment platforms that you could add to that as well. Um, for this car rental that we did, we only had Zelle. I don't know if you know, there's like just a transfer, it's a transfer bank transfer information there. We didn't want to go ahead to start going to what's that called? Square or what's that popular one called? We don't want to put any payment platform just yet. We did everything very simple, very free as much as possible to test the idea. Right. Let me see. So with a landing page is a good way to start. And some people do WhatsApp messaging. That hasn't worked for me. I don't know. I get very iffy with WhatsApp because WhatsApp to me can be limiting, but it's an option if you want to, you don't want to build a page. You have a few things you can send them WhatsApp message. I don't like WhatsApp, honestly. I don't like those messages coming through. But if that's what you have to build, yes. There isn't enough privacy for me in WhatsApp to trust businesses just yet, but I may be wrong. I really like the no-code apps. So these are apps that you build, very lightweight. You don't apply any codes. You can find them on Glide. I found one yesterday called Thunkable. It's called Thunkable. Where you can create the basic interface where people can maybe browse the car, select dates, and just submit. So those are easy things people do just to get to test your idea or, test your idea or gain some interest or even collect payments before you actually start to launch. There's another called Wizard of Oz. It's a good one too. But Wizard of Oz, why it's called Wizard of Oz is just that you are the person behind the automation. It's automation, but you are the person that is actually there behind the automation. And I think we do this also. So let's say you've built a super simple no-code app. You've built your no-code app, right? And then it looks professional, but now on the back end, you can build a network where when somebody clicks on their interest in cars or they put their phone numbers, you are the person who picks that phone number immediately and makes the call. So that means you have to be alert. You have to be right there looking at what's happening. And when somebody puts in their phone number or puts in their email, you already have an email template where you're responding, or you can automate your email templates with MailChimp or so too, to make sure that people know that there's some trigger going on that feels automated, but it's actually triggered by you, right? So and we're doing all of this just because an MVP is something that you don't want to spend a whole lot of money on to test your idea. You want to go minimal, both in your features, that's what you're building, as well as go minimal in your spending. Because like we said earlier, you may want to change course and you want to make sure that you're changing course comfortably without feeling like, oh my God, I spent a lot, without feeling down. And if you're going to persevere, you know that, okay, you have spent this and it's okay for you to still move on to keep improving and iterating on your product. So these are all MVPs, different level of MVPs, different types of MVPs, but the same mindset. Don't build big, build small and learn fast, and make sure that you're adapting. That's the goal of an MVP, and that's the mindset we should have as product people, product thinkers. So your goal is to get real reactions, real behavior, and maybe even real payments, before you write a single line of code. Right. Okay. Any observations, questions? Oh, I've tried this before. How did it work out for you? Please share. Or any other thing you may be thinking about MVPs.
For contribution.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so generally about MVPs, I think I used more of physical um physical interaction with people. So that was what I did. So I was thinking about selling skincare products, and I was like, okay, what products would people want to explore? So we had an event where we went for a team bonding basically, and I brought different products, and not like I was selling it. I was just like, who wants to apply this? Who wants to apply this? And everybody was more interested in applying sunscreen. So that helped me. I felt like, okay, people are more interested in exploring or applying sunscreen than even trying serums or moisturizers or toners or whatever. So that helped me like niche down to know that, okay, whatever I want to sell, I need to start with or focus on sunscreen first before I move into other stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
That's
that's my
that's
take.
that's that's a great contribution. That's awesome. I would do a sunscreen above a foundation because that sun, I want anything that will shield that will shield me. I'm applying sunscreen at home. Of course, you do that, right?
Yeah.
And you just said something very important too, because your what's it called? Your MVP could actually be an event. It could actually be you hosting an event. I have seen someone who just invited a lot of people to her house and said, "Hey, this is what I'm building." Like it was a party. Like she told a friend to invite a friend, a friend, a friend, right? And that's how she kicked off, right? With just that. You could have a QR code. You could well, that's part of what we already spoke about. You could have an event just to test your MVP as well. Bring people in to your space. Do you have to rent a space? Maybe not. An open space to see how they feel about your service
Yeah, I totally
or your
agree
product.
with you. Because I also read a book, and the lady was starting out a vegan pizza company. So she gets her resources and products from farmers in her country instead of importing and all of that. So she held like a pizza party at a restaurant, somebody's restaurant, and made them to prepare different types of pizza. And then, based on the feedback from each pizza, she was able to identify which pizza quality or type people would want to really try it. And that was how she able to
Mm,
identify her niche. So I totally agree with you.
yep, different ways. Just be simple about it. Don't go haywire. Don't spend too much money and just listen, 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 listen. Ask questions. Send out a survey as well. You can send out a survey. After you have that event, you display what you have, samples, or you're telling people what you have to do, what you're telling people what your business is about, right? Send them a survey to hear what they feel. You need those brutal feedbacks on what people need, right? And if people are really interested, have them pay, create a link. Okay, you interested? Okay, would you buy it? Send them the link to pay. Yep, that's a test of value. All right. So there's the MVP canvas. Remember, you have to have a problem, definition. You have to understand the pain points. Who is experiencing the pain, the problem? What specific pain are you addressing? Why does it even matter to them? Those are things that you will have in your pain point. And I can go back to the slide for you guys to take a screenshot of it because I want us to do a quick exercise on crafting a list. I want us to craft something today. Or even if we can, how many minutes do we have? We can build something today, actually. So what is the simplest version that you've that delivers value? You have to come down to what is the what can you put, what feature can you put in there for people to just test and give you feedback on the value or just it's to get their perceived value of your product. Success metric or success criteria could be when people pay, or when you get when people ask when people are making inquiries. That's a success criteria. You also want to state what that looks like. It will sound as simple as this. I will know that people want my product when I get this number of responses. Or I will know when people want my product when I get this number of inquiries or payments, or people are asking me, where do I find this? Where do I pick it up? Those are validations. But the best validation, though, is the money. I prefer the money. Okay. All right. Again, this just further goes to talk to users, track engagement. You can pre-sell or test. And of course, you don't have to pre-sell. Pre-selling is not the goal, right? Because like I said before, I had an ebook. All I wanted to know was, is this book worth me writing in the first place? Because sometimes it is time taken to do something. So instead of you doing something, writing something, and nobody buys it, or no, and nobody even downloads it for free, then you really do need the MVP, because it'll tell you whether it's even worth writing, whether you need to tweak your topic, whether to even change at all, right? So it's not always about the money. If you're not in for the money, it's more so, okay, let us just get the feedback today. Let us know what people are thinking. They'll give me a direction to know whether I should go ahead and invest in this at all. An investment could be money, it could be time, it could be energy. You want to know. So you're spending your time and energy wisely. All right. So what's next? I'm throwing it back to you guys. In the next 15 minutes, I want us to get hands-on. You may already have a product that's probably not doing the best in the market, and you're wondering, where did I go wrong? You can come back here and start looking at the pain points. You can come back here and start talking about, okay, am I serving the right customers? Am I meeting my customers where they are? Or am I selling the right product to the wrong set of people? Right? So let's talk about choosing your MVP approach and then drafting your initial plan. So we're going to start with I want to go back to the other slides I had. Okay, so it's interesting. How do I go back here? Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Let's focus on this part. All right. 15 minutes. Let's just get heads down, right in, thinking about the business we have, the idea we have. Let's identify the pain point. And it just has to be a rough sketch, not anything perfect, but I'm going to leave this open. let's think about the audience. You can use ChatGPT if you want to. And then craft your desired outcomes. What desired outcome are these set of audiences looking to get? What would give them peace? What will give them what will help them reach their goal? Are we good with that? Do we want to try that out for 15 minutes? Yes, no, maybe. I want to sleep. It's Saturday. I can't think. Tell me. I'm okay with whatever. Just let me know. Are we willing to try it out? The chat is silent. Wait, oh. Okay, yeah, I see Deborah say yes. All right. Who else is going to try this out? I'm going to leave this on and you have access to ChatGPT as well. Just want to see that we're doing something. Hey, let's go. I see the chat is buzzing just a little bit. Let's try it out. We have 14 more minutes. Your idea? What is your pain point? What pain is your customer going through that you want to solve from your idea? What's hurting them? I'm gonna go off camera for a moment while I give you guys a space to think. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere, so you can always speak up. Hope we're doing good with it. As we're right, just wanted to share a pain points that I had when I had little kids, being a mom of toddlers. I would think, I used to think, oh my God, I need, I didn't have access to last minute childcare. That was a pain point. I thought at that point, like I need to build something for moms to have last minute childcare. So that's an example of a pain point. Don't keep it simple, right? Um, moms in my area didn't have access to last minute childcare. That was a pain for me. Or another time I was thinking about, I always I always lost my car keys. So I was thinking about how about I have a car key that I can call out and say and can tell me where it is. And I think there is right now, but then that was a real pain point because I was always losing my car key because I was carrying too many toddlers. So where is there a car key finder? So those are pain points that you could make simple, you know, 1 or 2 sentences. Just wanted to share to help you spark your writing.
Dr. Chichi, are you able to see the messages?
Oh, let me see.
Okay.
Messages on the chat here. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, I'm seeing them now. Okay, good, good. Okay, let's look through Deborah's. Let's see this. Please keep writing, guys. Keep writing. Diabetic patients who bake or consume baked food often struggle to find suitable, healthy alternatives that won't spike their blood sugar levels. This leads to difficulties in managing their condition and potential health risk. Great. Audience is diabetic patients who bake or consume baked goods. But like those looking for healthier options to manage their blood sugar level. Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave this on until for the next 5 minutes for people to write some more. I don't want to interrupt people's thoughts, but yeah, keep going. This is good.
Is the general here? So we have a participant that attends all the time. Oh, she isn't here. She has left. I think I should share her pain point on her behalf. She wants to sell Precious. Is Precious here?
Yes, I
Precious.
am.
Okay. Can you remember the generals? I know that it's an e-commerce platform, but I can't recall whether it's for herbal medicines or
Yeah, it's for I think people to buy the drugs they want. Like she already sells drugs, but she wants to build an app that it should just be easier for people to just buy from.
okay. So
Okay,
that's
so
happening. Yeah.
this person is her pain, well, is okay, so herbal medications are difficult to get. Is that it? Is that a pain?
She has not been able to find an audience. And one of the reasons she has no audience, she believes, is that she doesn't have a platform where the supposed audience can go to actually find what they want.
Hmm. So, and she's trying to create access to herbal medication. Am I getting that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Why does she feel like that's it? That's a good one. Although her audience might not be, her audience will probably not be the Gen Zs, or her audience will be people who actually believe in that traditional medicine, herbs. Mm, yeah, I'm thinking. She may find her audience. I don't know what I was thinking. She may find her audience in places where um there might be, I think of the oddest places. I have to find the most elderly people, or people who are more traditional in their thinking. Um and partnerships may have to work for
Yes.
and making this herbal medicine look palatable, like, making it look presentable in a presentable format. I'll put some thoughts to that. We're almost at time. 3 more minutes.
Okay, Sylvia says she can get an audience from Facebook too. I also think like her WhatsApp status is a great place to start.
Hmm? Yes. What will people feel comfortable getting? People will look, I think there's a NAFDAC, right? NAFDAC number. Can she get that? That'll give people some comfort.
Yes.
She needs to find out what people will need to get to be comfortable in buying that. Yes, I agree with Facebook too. Facebook, there are some groups that are just so, off. There are off groups there that have some natural healing. People are looking for more non-traditional herbal solutions. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, traditional herbal solutions. Then, yes, so that NAFDAC, because she has to, even if she's creating that MVP, the one of the things that she needs to promote is that NAFDAC number, and maybe a few bottles created. The medication should have like a modern presentation, and that's NAFDAC number to help people be more comfortable, to ease them.
Do you think we need this packaging for MVPs as well? I think it may be needed. What do you think?
What do you mean packages?
Like
Can
the
you go more into
packaging
that?
of it, making it look a certain way, communicating
Yes.
a certain way.
Yes. If you have a product like that, you need to, that packaging is something that I'll invest in. But again, you're not investing in so much at a time. You're investing in, this is what it is, like, this is what you're going to get. Okay. All right. So let me look through the chat again. Let me see. Okay, so going back to Deborah's, Deborah has okay, the audience is diabetic patients who bake or consume goods, especially those for healthier. All right. Okay, looking for blood sugar friendlier options. So what would a desired outcome be? Do they want to enjoy familiar, maybe baked products without compromising their health? That will be a desired outcome, and you can convert that desired outcome into something you can, that's part of your sales page or your landing page, if there's a landing page, right? This is what you're going to get. This is the desired outcome. This is what you feel. This is what you're going to get. So you're telling them what they feel, and this is what they're going to get if they buy into your product. Okay. For this, I would Deborah, I'll probably be using like the Wizard of Oz. You can use any type of MVP, really, your landing page and all of that. But the whole idea is you're testing for, are they willing to try it out? What product, if you have different kinds of if you have different kinds of baked goods, right? You want to try out what products are most popular. You could have an event, and you could also bring in some specialists to talk about it, and if you have doctors around you, educate them about diabetes. Of course they know about that, but they love sugar, so this is also healthy for them, right? You could get that backup or that partnership from a healthcare professional as well while you're doing your event, if you're doing an event. Or in your landing page, you could have some a doctor's notes who has said, okay, this is good, or just something to verify or to further validate it so people are more comfortable. When it comes to health, when it comes to things that people take into their bodies, yes, you want to do a little more to help them see, to help them validate, to help them be more comfortable, to help their interest, to increase their interest. Hadiza says, can't find where to buy organic food in Nigeria. Audience supposed to be everyone, but for now, middle class who are educated about GMO. Okay. Can't find where to buy organic food in Nigeria. Okay. That's an interesting pain point. Organic food in Nigeria. Tell me about that. Do we sell, inorganic food right now in Nigeria? I would be surprised. And how much of that is there?
I think this also brings up the pain point that, are you trying to solve a problem that doesn't exist?
Mm-hmm.
So we also need to be careful.
Yeah, because a lot of foods in Nigeria are homegrown. I would be concerned about foods here. Well, we have access to organic food, yes, but there are lots of things that are inorganic. There are a lot of food that are processed, with a lot of chemicals and all. But are people finding it hard to buy organic food?
So
Do you buy? Sorry, go ahead, please.
there's an ongoing conversation about genetically modified foods in Nigeria. and people aren't so sure because the food isn't labeled.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
already infiltrated the market and nobody knows which is which. Did you
Mm-hmm.
back? I would love her to talk about her pain point when you're done.
I mean, I've heard about that, the rice and all of that because of prices, there are a lot of fake stuff out there, fake things, right? Or genetically modified. We have to be clear. Hadiza, are you there? Oh, yeah. Oh, however way, well, when you're looking at your pain point, let's make sure that it's a pain, it's a real pain, and you're able to explain the why behind it, the frustration behind it. Now, what you're offering from here, I see, is places to find organic food. So are you partnering with other people to help them locate other maybe stores to help people easily locate places to buy it? I'm still trying to process that. Okay, so yeah, she has it here. The online shop that makes easy to shop for organic food. So that means you want to create an online shop that's strictly for organic food and products. Yeah. If you're creating that safe space, that place where people can trust, you're taking away people's frustration, and you're giving them a very healthy option. So you're providing non-genetically modified products. You're providing foods that is not I know rice can be it can taste like rubber sometimes, so I heard. But if you're providing that safety place for people to come in and say this for sure is where you can get organic, healthier food options, yeah. But you want to verify that people are actually going to come there. So MVP, your MVP, that'll be easy to prove, right? If the people have the right access to this MVP, right? So Deborah says, my hypothesis is sweet potato. Is sweet potato a good option for diabetic patients due to potential low energy, making it healthier this is my school project. I carried out analysis on the sweet potato flour and outcomes were good. I baked biscuits and bread with it. That's interesting. That's an interesting point though. So I can eat sweet potato for real.
Debbie,
Okay.
are you sure?
Because I'm going to go and fry it right now after this class.
Yes, although it has process.
Okay. It has what?
It has a lot of process. It's more like you're making flour. You make flour with it first. Soak it for
Okay.
2 days or 3 days. Change the water because of the acidic. And then you ground. After drying, you dry it, then you ground it. And you can use the flour to bake biscuits or bread with it. Even cookies as well.
Okay. So if you check the markets right now, do they have sweet potato flour right now in the stores?
Yes. Although a lot of here in Nigeria, especially in the northern region, we are conversant with sweet potato flour because we use it for swallow. So that's the only knowledge people have about it. Like you can just use it for swallow, but there's a lot of things you can do with sweet potato flour. like baking of
Okay.
biscuits, of bread, of cookies. I've tried it and it actually makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. So have you shared it with people as well? Have you tried sharing with people? Have they given you any feedback?
Yes, with few friends, and it was good. Even my lecturer, is a prof, he loved the biscuit. It really makes sense. So.
Okay. Okay. So you can do that. You can actually bring people or go to an event, have that as your MVP, and maybe put a scanner out there on one of your packaging or put a scanner out there. Just stand there, ask people to scan it and give you feedback immediately. Like you're going to actually force them, hey, this is my cookie. Can you just scan this and give a quick feedback on how you feel about it, taste it? Yeah, that'll be that's a good one.
I'll try that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Student-led or youth-focused businesses initiatives lack strong visual branding. Okay. Making it hard for them to gain trust and stand out or communicate value effectively. All right, branding. Upcoming entrepreneurs, creatives, and students often cannot afford professional website designers, leaving them stuck with weak or no online presence and creating disconnect between quality and how they're perceived. Okay, so that's the pain point. Branding for students or youth-focused business initiatives. Okay. Audience is struggling and up with an upcoming entrepreneurs. Struggling and upcoming entrepreneurs. Isn't that too broad? So student-led and youth-focused. Um, can we refine this audience? Student-led. Are we talking about students? So you know where to find them. So if it's students or upcoming, okay, so studentpreneurs, okay, I see that. Okay, so you know exactly where to find your students, how to access them, right? And how to build their brand presence. Okay. All right. This is good. So student-led youth focus initiative, long visual branding, making it hard for them to gain trust. How would you present this MVP, Adeyemi? What are you thinking? Would you do what's it called? Would you do a landing page? How would you know people are interested in this? And their students as well. Adeyemi, if you can speak, let's hear you. I just want to hear your thoughts so I can also.
All right. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello. Hi, go ahead, please.
Okay, ma'am. The idea actually is more like a refined graphics and website design for students that are just trying to bring up their new ideas, new business. So you help them communicate those ideas and a perfect branding through a more effective and a compelling graphic design. And as time goes by, they can just inculcate website designing as well. So that's just the basic idea.
Okay.
So the
I lost you. I can hear you.
Okay, ma. So as regards the MVP, I will just make it. I'm still trying to I'm still trying to gather up the ideas. Actually, I'm still trying to refine it better.
Yeah. So, um, I'm thinking, yeah, a landing page will also work. Um, but since you're talking about students, those are your focus. Pricing matters. So maybe you want to do maybe different kinds of projects. So you have a landing page that says if you want to do I don't know, I'm trying to figure out from visual branding, making them um maybe I'm trying to break that down into different categories so that the students can find themselves in one space. Just the same way we talked about a product having airtime. Another feature was stock market. You can break it down into three different places that you know that students will fit in. Maybe creating their brand image, or presence online, or teaching them how to do something, right? Or maybe a DIY. So there's just break it down into different categories so that it's low cost for them, right? And it all you probably will get more converts instead of sticking to one particular type.
Alright, ma.
Does that make sense? Or maybe for this, maybe an IG, a WhatsApp or Telegram. West, if they're there the most of the time, that's another place you could find them as well. Okay.
Okay, ma. Yes, ma.
All right. Okay, so I think we've covered the discussion. Any feedback, anything you want to add to anyone's MVP or anyone's idea? Does anyone want to add anything, any thoughts?
I think for Debbie's idea, a video would be great, like an Instagram reel to just say, have you ever heard that potatoes could
Mm.
be this, you know?
Yeah,
And then maybe
yeah.
like create recipes or something. That would be a great MVP. You just see people being interested because not everybody would know how to process potatoes. And considering, like Debbie, you said it's mostly in northern Nigeria, I'm sure people in the south are missing out. So, did you know that you
Mhm,
could do this with potatoes? You know,
mhm.
that's a good,
Um, so
yeah,
my
Nana.
own pain point has not been read, though. Has not been
Oh,
analyzed.
okay. We
Really?
haven't gone through it. Let's
You
see.
thought about
What
it?
is, yeah. Breaking the cycle of leaks and lost focus. How can I overcome enuresis and ADHD to live a more confident, organized, and fulfilling life? Hmm. That's a very strong one. I'm saying. What's leaks?
Enuresis
Can you
means
speak more?
bedrotting.
Oh, okay. Hmm. I think this is very, I would say it's something that you'd want to converse about. Um, to do an MVP for that, of course, you would do, because this is more conversation. First of all, in your landing page with a video in it, right? Videos are very powerful. Landing page with a video in it, and like Jennifer says, also your on your page, your reels too. But yeah, now you really do have to touch the heart of people. You have to come up with, you have to show empathy while you're talking about this, connecting to real life situations. So with an MVP, if you're using a website, do a landing page, talk about real experiences in that video, talk about how you can help. And this is how I can help. If you wanted to book a session, right? You can start testing with, book a free session, or you could actually, from your free session, you go into making sure that you're getting the idea and you're creating follow-up from that free session. People might pay for it directly, right? But a lot of empathy is needed, and you want to connect with people first, especially when you're new there, right? So it's an area that people would love to attend, but you have to build trust, because not a lot of people come and tell you, oh, I'm going through this, right? And start now. I think I like that. Start now. Start. Have you started this already,
No, no, ma.
Nana?
No, not yet, ma. I don't know how to build a website. Yeah.
I just told you you don't have to learn how to build a website. I just shared something with you, right?
Yes, about
Don't
Facebook
don't
and
build,
Instagram.
yeah. Yes, and even a landing page with, maybe I should drop this link here. Let me see. Just build a landing page. A landing page is not a website, right? And also, what I'm talking about, Canva is there too, right? Canva is there. You can build a static web page, a static landing page as well. But if you want to add some video, I don't know how that works. Am I still sharing my screen? I am, right? Okay, so well, I'm not sure why this website is. Okay, let me leave then. Okay. So you do see my screen now, Nana, do you?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, and you know Canva as well, right? Do you know
yes,
Canva?
yes, yes, ma.
Right. So you can build what's it called? You can build a landing page there, or you can use this to build a landing page as well. Just open your, do you have an Instagram account for this yet? An Instagram account?
Yes, ma.
Okay. Start having conversations there.
Not yet,
When you
ma.
have, I'm breaking up. Can you hear me, Nana?
Yes, ma'am. I don't have yet, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So start. There I can see that Adeyemi is good with those branding. Lean into the wisdom in your room. Reach out to Adeyemi and say, hey, how can I start building my brand? Invest in, start designing, start your IG page, start speaking about it, right? But please, with videos, don't just throw out any form of content. Make sure that people can trust you when you share your videos. So put some quality into your video setting. If you have a story to tell, your story is valid, right? Start from there, then go to building a landing page if you want to offer something. Or yeah, start there to test your idea. IG page, your landing page, see how people respond. but
Okay,
people
ma'am.
respond to what they see too. So I'm very particular about if I go to a page and I see someone doing like your page tells you about who you are, right? So if I see it somehow, I'm like, this person, please, so make sure you're putting some what's it called? Some thoughts and creativity into what you're putting out there. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And ChatGPT is your friend. AI tools are your friend. Okay. I'm going to stop.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Wanted to share my screen one last time here. Just the last page, nothing to talk about. So if you guys would like to connect and stay connected, I have my my LinkedIn page here on the right, on the left, and I have my Instagram QR codes on the right. So if you want to scan it and reach out, connect, let's talk sometime, let's chat, or let's see what you're up to with your MVPs. Thank you very much, everyone, and thanks for having me.
Thank you, Dr. Chichi. We're grateful. All right, bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.